I want to circle back to power. You obviously work with a phenomenal black woman who plays 50 Cent Mama in the show. I want to just talk to your experience, man. Give her flowers real quick.
Patina Miller. I want to say, you know what I want to say? Patina MFN Miller. Okay.
There you go, you said it.
That woman, you want to talk about underrated and flowers and all that. That woman, y'all, that's a Tony Award winning. Patina is of the same ilk to me as Angela Bassett, and she's up there. That's who she is, and we just waiting on everybody else to catch up.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. Listen, I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I am going to be on here for a flower giving time. That is because today we are talking about a woman who doesn't just play powerful characters, she embodies power. Today we are talking about one of my faves, Patina Miller. You have seen her or you felt her, whether it was on the Broadway stage winning a Tony for Pippin, or on your screen running chess moves through the south side of Jamaica, Queens as Raquel Thomas in Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Patina Miller doesn't act, she inhabits. Patina brings poise to chaos, steel to softness, and then softness to steel. And Patina brings presence to roles that could be flat. With her there, they never are. Her performance as Rock is iconic, not just because she is fierce, but because she's so layered. We're watching a woman lead an empire and lose a son in the same breath. We're watching strategy, fear, ego, ambition, tenderness, denial, all flicker across her face in one scene. And let's be honest, Black actresses don't always get space for that type of nuance. But Patina Miller demands that. Playing Rock is about portraying a woman who is walking the line of power and fear every single day in every single moment. There's this myth that if you're a confident woman, that you have all of the answers. But confidence doesn't just mean there's an absence of fear. It means that you do it anyway. And that's what we see in this character. Y'all, I have a review coming for Power, because we like to watch trash. We do. We love shits, we love giggles, we love it all. So trust me, that is coming. That is coming. But back to the topic at hand. Patina doesn't just play Rock as strong, she plays her as real. She's real enough to break, she's real enough to bluff, real enough to still believe that she can win, even when walls are closing in. Navigating Rock's arc has made her stretch as an actor, as a woman, as a mother. She has said that every season is not just about learning new lines, she's also asking herself questions. How do I show power without losing vulnerability? How do I show control when everything around this character is crumbling? She's not afraid to make her characters complicated, because that is how we actually live. Those questions that I just asked, if you're a woman in a workspace, you've asked them of yourself. And there is no handbook for being powerful yet vulnerable and succeeding at the same time.
I always like to bring myself to the projects that I do. I always like to find a way into a character. So for me, you know, there are the bits of myself that I love to bring and infuse with the character. And Raquel is strong. I think I'm a strong Black woman myself, and you know, I'm a mother, and I bring all of my experiences to her, and it makes me understand her a little bit more. You know, yeah, she is a queen pin. Yeah, she's in a dangerous, dark game, but at the end of the day, she is trying to raise her son. She's trying to give her son something else, maybe not doing it in the appropriate way, but you know, it's a family drama. It's about this matriarch who is just on this quest for power, like all of us, and you know, and she's doing it, and she's messy, it's not perfect, but it's exciting and dangerous at the same time.
Still, Patina is trying to figure this out with every performance. Rock is just one side of her blueprint. Patina is a mom, she's a wife, she's a trained vocalist, yes. She's a classically trained actor. She actually got her start in Sister Act on Broadway, and she has never allowed anything to box her in since then. And that is the key. The blueprint for any of y'all isn't about one role. It is about being big enough to hold multitudes and brave enough to show these multitudes unapologetically. Patina draws from her life, so those pillars that I mentioned, those people that I mentioned. And you can feel that every time she's on a screen. You're watching someone who knows who she is. What I love the most is that her characters don't need to be softened to be understood. They can be trusted to hold that complexity, that balance, if you will. And that's exactly what Patina does very, very well. And she trusts her audience to keep up with her, to hold the contradictions of her characters, and to feel the fullness of the women that she brings to life. Patina has said that being a mother has shifted how she plays rock. There's this constant negotiation between power and protection, between control and collapse. And yet, she never loses the center. There is something so electric about watching a woman who is in her own lane, who does not shrink, who does not soften, who doesn't sand off the edges to make herself digestible, palatable. Patina Miller reminds us that we don't have to choose between strength and softness. You don't have to be one thing to be worthy. You just have to be real and relentless and rooted. That is the personal brand blueprint. Y'all, I promised I would not be on here for a long time, but for a flowers giving time, and I delivered. As always, share this with someone who needs a little inspiration today, your girlies or guyies, or both. Hit that like button and subscribe for more. And remember, as always, until next time, you are capable of big things.
Patina Miller, Pippin.